So the 4 leash grips that we use in Canine Revolution dog training are the heel grip, the right grip, the left grip, and the baseball grip. Okay, we will step through each one of those right here, right now. Now, when you come to a training session with me, you're going to see some of these sawhorses, and I call these simulated dogs. What I mean by that is we're going to practice our leash handling on the sawhorse before we start working with the dog. Because what we need to do when we start working with a dog is understand how to handle the leash a certain way so that the dog can communicate effectively with us, understand our communication, and we can enhance our relationship on a faster level there. Okay, so we'll talk about the leash real quick. We use a leather leash. It can be 6 foot, 5 foot. This is the standard 6 foot leash. It comes black. Okay, we've got a couple pieces of it that I'll identify right off the bat here. So we have the handler end, and this end has the loop in the leash, and what you see here on this loop is just that, a loop. Okay, and between the loop and the other end, which is the brass end, so this end right here has a piece of brass on it, brass clip. Okay, and this is the brass end, the dog end. This is what we will connect to the training collar we have on our dog, either on the live ring or the dead ring, depending on the training that we're doing at that time. And we will discuss the training collar in a separate video, and we'll also discuss when we would use the live ring versus the dead ring in some of our training classes. Okay, so but real quick, handler end of the leash, brass end or dog end of the leash, and in between that I call this the length of the leash. Okay, so you'll hear me refer to that. The length of the leash spans from the handler end all the way down to the brass end. Okay, now first things first, when we grab this leash, what we're going to do is we want to automatically put our right thumb through the loop on the handler end and wrap all our fingers around it just like that. Okay, and this is the beginning of our holds. Alright, so when I say heel grip, what we're looking for is we've got this hold on the leash. We slide down the leash just a bit, and then we grab the leash just like that. Okay, so I've got my leash, I've just grabbed it, I've already put my right thumb through the leash, wrapped all my fingers around it, I slide down and I put the ends of the leash together right here, and essentially what I'm doing is I'm creating a loop here in the leash. Now this loop, the purpose of this loop is to hold the slack of the leash when I'm walking my dog. Okay, so I can use either my other hand to pull my slack in or out, but the best way to do this is to use your fingers to pull that slack in or to pull that slack out as you're going. Okay, so again, heel grip, and when we're heeling with our dog, we want to be in a loose walk here. You know, nothing crazy. We're not trying to hold our arm out straight as we're walking. Okay, we just want to be in a nice, loose, natural walk with our dog in the heel grip. Okay, heel grip. Again, got my right thumb through the loop, fingers wrapped around, left hand underneath the right, slide down just a bit, and then put that loop in the leash. I'm holding the loop with 3 or 4 of my fingers here. Okay, so I just slap it on there just like that. All right, so again, heel grip, walking nice and loosely with the dog. Okay, from this grip I can go to the right grip, the left grip, or the baseball grip. So we'll do the right grip first. And essentially all these grips start the same way. So I've got my heel grip, I grab the leash, the length of the leash underneath my right hand with my left hand, and I slide down. For the right grip, it's going to be about halfway down the leash. Release everything in my right hand except for the thumb through the loop, and then I just want to stick that thumb underneath the length of the leash. Okay, underneath, just the thumb underneath the length of the leash, and put everything into my right hand. This is the right grip. Okay, I've got everything in my right hand, and I'll tell you how to guide your dog with this in our training sessions. Okay, so once we're done with the right grip, we go back to the heel grip. Okay, and then we can heel comfortably with our dog. All right, after the right grip, we've also got the left grip, so that will start the same way. Left hand underneath the right hand, grabbing onto that length of the leash there, sliding down. And this one I want to go further than halfway. I want to go about 1/3 of the way from the end of the leash. Okay, 1/3 of the way from the brass end of the leash for the left grip. All right, I release my right hand again, except for the thumb. I've got my thumb through that loop still. And then I want to slip that thumb underneath the length of the leash again, just like the right grip. It's the same thing. I've released everything except for the loop. I slip that underneath the length of the leash. I swap out my thumbs this time, so everything's in my left hand. Okay, everything in my left hand for the left grip. Okay, and you can walk in the left grip just like this if you're left-handed. All right, and we will talk more about that in our training sessions. Okay, but again, left grip. Once I'm done with the left grip, I can go back to the heel grip, and I'm back in the heel grip, no issues. All right, so again, both of those grips started with my left hand underneath the right on the length of the leash. I slide down, and then I would release my thumb, my right hand except for my thumb underneath the length of the leash, and then either put everything into my right hand or swap out my thumbs and put everything into my left hand. Okay, but they essentially start the same way. Makes it very simple for you. All right, the last grip we're going to talk about in this video is the baseball grip. Okay, this is a double-handed grip or double alpha grip, whatever you prefer. Okay, so I've got my heel grip. Again, left hand underneath the right on that length of leash. Slide down. This one needs to be about where the left grip was at. Okay, so I slide down about a third of the way from the end of the leash. Release the right again, except for that thumb. Thumb underneath that length of leash again, and I put everything into my right hand. Does that look familiar? This is the right grip, except for a little bit further down the leash this time. And then for the baseball grip, I grab everything in my left hand as well, underneath my right hand. Okay, so I'm kind of holding a baseball bat here, and this is the baseball grip. Okay, so we'll go through it one more time. Got my heel grip, left hand on the length of the leash underneath my right hand, slide down 1/3 of the way from the brass end there, release my right hand except for the loop in my thumb, put that thumb and loop underneath the length of the leash, put everything into my right hand just like it was a right grip, and then use my left hand and grab nice and snugly underneath my right hand, grab everything on that leash. All right, just like a baseball bat, baseball grip right here. Okay, so those are the 4 leash grips. I hope that y'all find this video useful in studying for your training sessions and your leash handling with your dog. And you know, this leash handling does come in handy when you need to hold your dog a certain way or guide it a certain way, which we will talk about in our training sessions, our group classes, and our monthly clinics. Okay, but I hope you find this resource useful, and I look forward to seeing you at one of our training sessions, classes, and clinics.